Hello, my name's Jo and this is Joey Sewy and this is my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you back in time about 2 weeks to when I had a lovely trip to York with my boys and we did lots of sewing things. Let me set the scene for you. If you don't know York, it's in the north of England. It's a very ancient town. It was founded way before the Vikings and before the Romans, and they have a lot of old buildings, historic areas, and they have sewing shops. It's not renowned for sewing shops, but they have sewing shops. So when you go shopping with your children, if you have children, I'm going to be telling you things you already know, but I'm going to state the facts of life when you shop with children. It's a game of bargaining. It's a game of give and take. It's a game of you can go here if I can go there. If you're good in this shop, then we'll go to that shop. Or at least that's how it is with my children. They're good boys and they don't mind a fabric shop, but they have limited attention span, shall we say. So the first part of the video that you're going to watch is us going down the Shambles, which is a really famous old Tudor street, I believe, in York. And we go all the way down the Shambles and we go into a sweetie shop and we go into, let me check. Yeah, we go into a Harry Potter shop at the end. This is quite a new development for York, but because the Shambles looks a lot like Diagon Alley from the Harry Potter movies, it was not where Diagon Alley was set. It was not even what inspired Diagon Alley, but it does look like Diagon Alley. So some enterprising people, in fact 3 different enterprising people, have decided it's a great place to put a shop full of Harry Potter memorabilia. My sons, especially the older one, are absolutely mad about Harry Potter, so we couldn't not go there. So this little clip is us exploring the Shambles and getting as far as the Harry Potter shops.
Look, I just snapped off the bed. This is the Shambles.
Pardon?
Do it before.
It's an origami shop. Look at those. Aren't they beautiful?
I know. What? They're origami.
The tiny little frames. They're amazing. And look at the head. Wow.
Origami is traditional in Japanese.
It is.
Felix, we're going in this way. 3, closer.
To this side. Coming in. Wow. That section then was for the boys. So the next section was for me. And where we're going to go next is to a shop which is famous in the north of England. In fact, it's a chain of shops. I believe they have 3, called Dutton's Buttons. And it's a button shop. And it is quite literally, more or less, a shop that just sells buttons. Yeah, it's as good as it sounds. They do have a few other bits and pieces, but they mostly sell buttons. As I've said, obviously this branch is in York. They have branches in Harrogate and in Ilkley, last I knew. I will of course link to their website down below. They don't have an online presence as such, but they do a button selection and button matching service. So if you have an item that you want to match a button to and you can't get to one of their shops and spend hours there poring over the buttons, which is what I've done in the past and it's the best fun ever, but if you can't get there, you can send off a swatch, you can send off a style, you can send off a size, and they will send you back a number of button choices. So it's actually quite a personalised service. I've never used it, but they do know what they're talking about. So although you won't have the joy of looking at everything, you also won't have the complication of looking at everything. So that is an option if you live anywhere else in the world that's not the north of England and you want to take advantage of this marvellous emporium. Let's have a look. It's on a green, man, it's okay. What can you see? Let's go upstairs. Let's see, we'll go upstairs. We go up to the medieval room. That's what it says. It says. I don't think we're meant to go that way. Isn't it an impressive room? Come on then, let's go downstairs.
Right.
We've just been in. Take them.
It's a
My arm's
video.
not long enough. We've just been in Dutton's Buttons, which is there behind us. And it's
Hey, let me in.
covered
Yeah.
full of buttons, isn't it?
Yeah. Lot.
Lots and lots of buttons. We went all the way upstairs, and what was upstairs? What was the room called? Yeah.
There's 3 floors.
And finally, I also got to go to a shop called Gillies Fabrics, which is the main fabric shop that I'm aware of in York. It's not the only one, but it's the major one. It is in the centre of York, although in our film we approach it from a very peculiar direction, but York is full of tiny little narrow alleyways, and sure enough we approached it from that direction. Honestly, even if you approach it from the other direction, you need to be sure you're going in the right to the right place, because you're on a really busy shopping street and you turn off onto a tiny, often deserted little street and you think, Really? Is there a shop down here? It's quite dark, but there is. So just look on Google Maps. It's reliably marked, and keep the faith when you're looking for it, because it is down a peculiar street. So Gillies Fabrics has all sorts of fabrics. It has special occasion wear, it has dressmaking fabrics, and it has quilting fabrics, and it has a pretty large selection of each. Not the largest fabric shop in the world, but it has a reasonable selection of each, and generally they're quite picky about it being high quality. So it's also not cheap. You won't get any bargain basements. There's rarely any remnants. I'm sure they have a sale at some point, but it's not somewhere you go because you want cheap fabric. But if you want good fabric and a smallish selection, then it's a good place to go. The interior is maybe a little bit old-fashioned, but doesn't make the fabrics old-fashioned. They also have a huge range of sewing machines, and they have very knowledgeable staff that can show you all of that stuff, or you can just lust after a sewing machine if you want. So let's take a look at Gillies Fabrics. It's Gillies Fabrics, trimmings and crafts. Am I in the picture?
Yeah, you're in the picture.
So we're going to go into Gillies Fabrics now. Come on then, go and have a look. No? You will have seen at the very end of that video that I was looking at some fabric, and indeed I did get some. And this will not be new fabric to you if you've watched my why do we pre-wash fabrics video, because this is the fabric that I pre-washed in that video. So it's not brand new, but this is what I got at Gillies Fabrics. It's a beautiful cotton lawn. I'm going to make a blouse out of it. It has now been pre-washed, of course. And I also got a pink cotton lawn, which is actually, at the moment, its destiny is to line a skirt that I'm making with some really special wool that I've got. And again, if you want to see what that wool is, I mention it extensively in my stash stories video. So there will be links to both of those videos at the end of this one. Thank you very much for coming along. I hope you liked that little exploration of York. It's a small city as they go, but it's really compact, brilliant for visitors. I'd highly recommend it. And those are a couple of places that you can check out if you do find yourself in the area. Thanks very much for watching. Please click the subscribe button and click the notifications button at the bottom of the screen if you want to stay up to date with all the videos that I put up about sewing, life and general creativity. See you again really soon. Bye!